Uh, it's a case that we have here at Mirror now exposed the manner in which, in fact, these establishments blatantly broke the rules. Notices were sent. But what is the excuse that the government has if their own departments were the ones, in fact, red flagging all these developments that were taking place in clear violation of the law?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, we have been following this story, and this is another follow-up that we are bringing for our viewers. The documents that Mirror Now has accessed clearly expose the illegality that has happened vis-a-vis construction activities in the Sonamarg area. The world-famous tourist resort has been vandalized, violated in a very brazen manner. Thanks to this conveyance between these big hoteliers, high and mighty, powerful hoteliers and the authorities. Now, the documents that we have accessed clearly show the show cause notices that have been sent by the same authorities to these hoteliers, wherein there have been brazen encroachments, illegalities. While the permission was given for something, they have constructed totally a different thing. For example, if a hotelier had got a permission for 1,000 square feet, he has gone on with his construction activities and encroached the limit and built his hotels or huts on over 10,000 square feet. So this is the kind of brazen violation that has happened. Hoteliers who usually are seen with the authorities, they are given awards. These big businessmen, they're given awards by the same authorities. But when it comes to these illegalities, again the authorities are looking the other way. Now, in these notices, not one but several hoteliers have been served show cause notices to come and explain why they have not adhered to the permission, why they have gone and constructed these huge concrete monsters which have vandalized this beautiful valley, really destroyed the lovely environs. This is a virgin valley we're talking of, the Sonamarg area, one of the most beautiful tourist resorts, but now it has been turned into a concrete jungle thanks to this conveyance. Now, the High Court obviously has taken cognizance, and finally, because of the intervention of the Honorable High Court, the construction activity has been completely stopped. But the question is, what will happen to these illegal constructions? Why can't they be demolished, razed to the ground so as to set a precedent and show the seriousness of the government? Because they have come on record repeatedly saying that they are doing everything in their hands to stop this vandalization of environs and especially this illegal activity. But those words have never been translated into action. And on the contrary, they have been found in complete connivance with these businessmen, with these big hoteliers in this illegal activity wherein they have allowed these constructions to happen, brazen illegalities, and now we'll have to wait and see whether the High Court can crack down on this, whether the High Court can order demolition of these buildings, especially where they've gone beyond the permissions and constructed these monsters, these concrete monsters in that beautiful valley.
Well, absolutely, Fareed, and that's the question that the people are going to be asking of the government as to what has stopped them. In fact, now the Sonamarg Development Authority has also accepted that such violations exist and that hoteliers have encroached upon the land exceeding the land permitted to them. Let's listen in.
ये सही बात है कि कई जगह पे आपको जो इन्फॉर्मेशन है, जैसे आपने मुझे दिखाया भी है कि जो उनको परमिशन दिया गया था उसका बिल्टअप एरिया उससे कहीं ज़्यादा है. फिलहाल हमें जो कोर्ट की जो डायरेक्शन आ गई थी, कई डायरेक्शन आ गई थी, खासकर जिसमें कंस्ट्रक्शन के लिहाज से कहा गया था कि कोई भी कंस्ट्रक्शन नहीं होनी चाहिए वहाँ पे, तो वो हमने कम्प्लीटली बंद कर दी. हम कोशिश करेंगे उसमें कि कोई ना कोई एक्शन लेना चाहिए.
Well, Fareed, we've heard that from the local administration, but what about the government? Because they can't wash their hands off this matter and say that they don't know, because it was ultimately, part of the same establishment, part of the same system that red flagged these issues.
Out in the open, and there are people, even local civil society of Sonamarg, who had time and again protested against this. They'd come out and red flagged this activity, but nothing has happened as far as no one is moved as far as the authorities are concerned. So why were they looking the other way? Why were they blind to something that was happening under their nose? Obviously, they tells you that they were in complete connivance. They were with these builders as they were going along in their merry way, building these huge concrete monsters. So clearly, the authorities have many questions to answer. They'll have to explain as to why did they allow it in the first place, and that too when the same authority was sending show cause notices to these people. So they were very well aware of this activity happening, but they did nothing to stop it. So obviously it is a case where our sources tell us that money, huge money has been spent by these hoteliers to get the illegal act through, and they'll have to see as to who these people are, who have got this money. Obviously there are black sheep in the administration. They need to be pinpointed and they need to be given exemplary punishment. And then also importantly, as far as the courts are concerned, we'll have to wait and see what kind of action they initiate. As of now, they stopped construction, but these illegal buildings need to be demolished.
Absolutely.
That's the kind of precedent they need to set to ensure that no one in the future really dares to violate such lovely and fragile environments of tourist places, especially likes of Sonamarg, Gulmarg and Pahalgam.
Right, Farida reporting that story for us that we're tracking very, very closely here on Mirror Now. Thanks for joining us.